so great having two of the beautiful cast of High Rollers in studio this morning, but I'm also very excited to introduce to you our musical guest this morning, who we happened to stumble upon when we saw his music video, and we just knew we had to get him into studio. He's accompanied by his rich guitar picking and strumming. He's got a really unique voice as well as very clever lyrics, and when you bring all of those things together, you get the phenomenal Mr. Tim Hutchinson. How are you, Tim?
Hi, Leanne.
Welcome to Expresso.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, like I said, we did happen to stumble upon one of your music videos one day, and we watched it and we thought, wow, this is so compelling. This is so hauntingly beautiful. Tell us about the music video, because unlike most, where it looks a little staged, yours looks as though you recorded it live.
Yeah, most of it was recorded live, although we did 3 takes, so some of them are sort of slipped in as well, yeah. But it is a live recording.
Wow,
yeah.
It's absolutely phenomenal. Now take us, this song was How David Sang. Really, really beautiful song. How did it come about?
Well, the song was inspired by quite an interesting situation of, I was spending some time in the trance sky, and I'm very into photography, and I was busy just watching a flock of sheep and thinking about the character David, the Bible character David, and how he used to spend a lot of time with sheep.
Looking after sheep as well,
and he was a musician, so kind of trying to get inspiration from a similar situation, I suppose.
That's awesome. That's really powerful. Let's contextualize a little. You started the group Nomadic Orchestra.
Yes.
You guys were together for 2 years, and then you decided to go solo. Take us through that process of deciding to go out on your own.
Yeah, so I was studying music. I was studying composition at UCT, and saxophone was my main instrument at the time, although I played guitar since I was about 9 years old. And I started the band just as a sort of creative outlet to compose and stuff like that. But after a while, I really felt like, excuse me, I really felt like I needed to get back to my roots, where I started, to songwriting, to playing guitar, to singing, and to doing it solo, because that was something that always fascinated me, is being able to play without a band and to play, have no one to rely on and to hold a performance like that. So yeah, I left the band and started doing this, and I've been doing it for about 1.5 years now.
Now, when I first saw you, I immediately thought of a, John Mayer pre all of the Playboy status and celebrity. Have you been ever, kind of compared to him or any other artist?
Not so much John Mayer. My biggest influence, I suppose, would probably be Bob Dylan. I often get compared to Art Garfunkel and yeah, I suppose Fleet Foxes and things like that, yeah.
Now, you have just released your first solo album called Like a Tree.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the album and what your audience or new audiences can expect to hear from it.
So Like a Tree is, the song is a song that I wrote for my father soon after I had left the Nomadic Orchestra, and I actually never intended on playing that song for anyone except my dad at his 60th birthday, and I played it at my first gig, and I just got people asking me to play it again and again and again, until eventually it became the title track to my first album. And it's basically just like a picture book of memories of my dad and my relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very, very powerful. But that's what your lyrics are. They tell a story. They are a picture book of memories, if you will. Hey?
Storytelling is one of my main goals as a songwriter, is to try and tell a story, and so that's been quite a cool adventure for me too.
Wonderful. Well, you will be telling us a story of a musical kind now. What are you going to be performing for us this morning?
So I'm going to do How David Sang, which is the music video one, and it's the first track on the album Like a Tree. So yeah.
Well, wonderful. I've heard it. I certainly hope that you'll enjoy it, because I definitely did. This is Tim Hutchinson performing How David Sang.
Love this time of day, ever since I noticed how the light changes. I feel like I'm painting pictures, looking through my father's favorite old camera lens. The branches of the trees assume their place. Broken bricks arrange themselves like a crumbled theater stage. Sitting in the dust, I'm waiting, hoping that the sun will paint these sheep all bronze and gold. And I wonder what David must have known. Oh, 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 oh. Obligingly the sun extends a ray. Looking through one grateful eye, I smile and focus. Their dirty woolen worn out coats awaken like a flame upon a burning bale of hay. And I wonder how David used to play. Oh, oh, oh. Green meadows. Oh, oh, oh. This is how you restore my soul. Turns to me, its hair all shimmering. For all I know, I'm just another tree to it. A bear could barely look less tame, a lamb within the lion's mane. At least that's what I thought I saw that evening. And I wonder how David used to sing.
Wow, awesome stuff. Absolutely amazing. This is Tim Hutchinson singing his song How David Sung off of his album, which is Like a Tree. We'll be having him back a little bit later in the show, but for now we're going to an ad break.